Hi, my name is Jim Reinhardt, and many of you know that I've spent my whole career in the pest control industry. I have run into lots of different situations with different pests over the years. But most recently, last week, I had a prospective customer call me and said that she had rodents inside her home. That's not so terribly unusual, but in this case, it was unusual. When I visited the home, it was a 74-year-old widow who lost her husband just 3 weeks ago. They were married 50 years this past February, and her husband died of complications of diabetes. When I first met her at her house, we stepped inside the home, and I knew right away it was a very, very difficult situation. This poor woman has been living with rats with her husband for quite a while. I've never in my life seen anything near to this concern. And it really broke my heart that she was in this situation. She doesn't drive, she doesn't work. The only paycheck she gets is Social Security. And she's owned her house for 20 years. Her husband served in Vietnam. She's a Christian that attends church regularly, but she doesn't ask for handouts. And it literally made me want to cry to understand what it is that she's been going through. So I decided to try to solve her rodent problem on my own, and it's worse than I thought. So without getting into details of that, I also realized that she told me she doesn't have any running plumbing in her home, and she has a little dog that she cares for and takes care of and loves, and it's basically her only friend at this point. So I tried to put her up in a hotel, but she was not receptive to that because she just wanted to be with her dog, and most of these hotels would not accept her dog. So she said she would be fine just sleeping in a tent in her front yard. And so I went ahead and, in the short term, got her a tent from my house and set it up for her. She's not asking for anything, but I will not let her go back into her home until we take care of this problem. And so it's not only going to be a challenge to get rid of all the rodents, we also have to take everything out of her house and throw it away. Then the house has to be sanitized so that she can move back in her home again. So I don't have a budget for this, but I know that between getting everything out of the house and disposing of it and getting the house livable again and then getting her some basic furniture, I really think that we're going to need about $10,000 to make this happen. Her entire yard is full of debris. She's a hoarder. She has 4 refrigerators in her house, all lined up, and none of them work. So I'm asking for help. So I decided to create a GoFundMe account, and I hope that you'll consider donating and helping me with this project. I'm at her home 1 to 2 times a day, and although it's considered overwhelming for me, I cannot let her go back in that home until this project is completed. So my hope is that we can get all this done in the next 3 weeks. Please will you consider your help?